Parable. Wisdom waits for those who listen.
The unshakable mind. How many times has a single moment destroyed your entire day? How many nights have you spent replaying a comment, an insult, a sideways glance, granting it the power to torture you for hours? You wake up with purpose, and then it happens. One criticism from a colleague, one aggressive driver, one piece of unexpected news. Your castle crumbles. You become irritable, anxious, reactive, a leaf helpless in the wind. You've become shakable. You've handed the keys to your inner peace to people who don't even know they hold them. You feel powerless, a victim of forces beyond your control. But here's the truth that will change everything. This power over you, they didn't take it. You gave it away, and you can reclaim it right now. The parable of two farmers. In a quiet valley where the old wise man lived, a young seeker arrived one day, his face flushed with anger and his fists clenched tight. "Master," he said, voice trembling, "a stranger insulted me in the marketplace. He mocked me for no reason. Why does this destroy my peace? Why does someone I don't even know have such power over me?" The wise man's face remained calm as a still lake. Without a word, he stood and motioned for the boy to follow. They climbed a hill overlooking a fertile valley below, where two small farms lay side by side, both ready for harvest. The day was hot, the sky clear and blue. They sat beneath a tree, watching in silence. Then, without warning, everything changed. Dark clouds rolled over the mountains, swallowing the sun. The wind howled, and then the storm struck. Not ordinary rain, but a violent tempest, hurling hail the size of stones. The boy watched in horror as the nearly ready crops were decimated. At the first farm, the farmer burst from his house, staring at the sky in pure despair. He fell to his knees in the mud, punching the ground, screaming at the heavens, cursing the gods and his miserable luck. He grabbed handfuls of his ruined crop and threw them at the wind, shrieking in rage and helplessness. "He's lost everything," the boy whispered, feeling the man's anguish in his chest. The wise man remained silent, then pointed. "Look at the second farm." The boy turned. The second farmer stood outside too, but he wasn't looking at the sky. He wasn't screaming. He observed the storm for one brief moment, his expression firm and clear. Then he calmly walked to his barn. Noticing the wind had loosened roof shingles, he grabbed his hammer and nails and climbed up, in the middle of the storm, to secure them, protecting the grain already stored inside. Seeing rainwater pooling dangerously near his foundation, he grabbed his shovel and dug a trench to divert it. When his frightened animals grew restless, he went to calm them with steady hands. He did not spend 1 second cursing the rain. He spent every second fixing what he could. The boy watched, bewildered. "Master, doesn't he care about his crops? Doesn't he see he's being destroyed?" The wise man finally spoke. Both men faced the identical storm. The storm is real. The destruction is real. But the first man believes his suffering comes from the storm. He's wrong. His suffering comes from his belief that the sky should be clear, from his war with reality. And that is a war no one can win. He paused, letting the lesson settle. The second man understands something crucial: the difference between what he controls and what he doesn't. The dichotomy of control. This is the most transformative principle in Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control, taught by Epictetus, a former slave who became one of Rome's greatest philosophers. Epictetus taught that existence divides into two domains: things within our control and things beyond it. What lies outside your control? The weather, the economy, traffic, other people's opinions, whether someone insults you, whether you get sick, whether you die. Most of life falls into this category. What remains within your control? Only two things: your thoughts and your actions. Your response, that's all. Everything else is external. The first farmer focused entirely on what he couldn't control: the rain. It shattered him. The second farmer focused solely on what he could control: his response, his actions. It made him unshakable. Strategic indifference. This is where true Stoic indifference reveals its power. Stoicism doesn't demand you become an emotionless robot. The second farmer certainly cared about his harvest, but he practiced strategic indifference, the art of refusing to assign emotional value to things outside your control. The storm isn't good or bad, it simply is. An insult isn't good or bad. It's merely sounds another person makes with their mouth. You cannot control the rain, but you choose whether to grab a bucket or a curse. You cannot control what others say, but you control whether you believe them, whether you react, whether you surrender your peace. Indifference isn't apathy, it's strategy. It's refusing to waste sacred energy on battles you cannot win. Becoming unshakable. You want to become unshakable? Stop being the first farmer. You become him every time you complain about the weather, every time you obsess over someone's opinion of you, every time you blame the world, the economy, or your circumstances for your lack of progress. You're screaming at the storm while the storm continues, indifferent to your rage. To become unshakable, become the second farmer. Practice strategic indifference. In every moment of frustration, ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, like the insult, like the storm, like the past, your only rational response is this: then this means nothing to me. It is indifferent. Then immediately pivot to what actually matters. What is within my control right now? My next action, my next decision, my next thought. When someone insults you, the storm has arrived. Will you fall in the mud screaming, or will you grab your tools and strengthen your foundation? The insult is the wind. Your response is the shelter. When the world proves unfair, the storm has arrived. Will you curse the gods, or will you sharpen your skills, study harder, work smarter, and focus on your plan? Indifference is your armor. The world can hurl hail at you, but it cannot penetrate your mind unless you open the gates. Another person's opinion is just wind. It cannot hurt you. What hurts you is your judgment that the noise matters, that it's true. Stop assigning value to what exists outside you. The first farmer was exhausted, defeated, and broken. The second farmer was wet, but focused, active, and at peace. Same storm, two different realities. The choice of which reality to inhabit, that choice is yours alone. The mountain in the storm. Master the power of indifference. Refuse to be an emotional slave to external events. The world will remain chaotic. People will stay unpredictable. Storms will keep coming. They always do. But you don't have to be their victim. You can be the mountain. The wind howls, the rain lashes, the mountain remains. It doesn't react. It simply stands. The chaos swirls around you, but inside your inner fortress, there is calm, focus, power, because you finally understand what is yours and what isn't. You've become indifferent to things that don't matter, so you can give everything to things that do. That is what it means to be unshakable. Your choice. If you're ready to stop screaming at the rain, if you're ready to stop giving your power away to others, if you're ready to pick up your tools and build your inner fortress, then make this promise. The next insult, the next frustration, the next uncontrollable event, you will see it for what it truly is, just wind, and you will turn immediately to what you control, your response. Go to the comment section right now and declare in all caps, "I control my response." Make this your mantra. Let it become the foundation of your unshakable mind. If this parable awakened something within you, hit the like button so others may discover this ancient wisdom. And if you're serious about mastering Stoic indifference and building a life that cannot be shaken by external chaos, subscribe to this channel. Our journey to becoming unshakable has just begun. The storms will come, but you will stand firm, focused on what matters, indifferent to what doesn't. The mountain awaits.